All right, what's up, everybody? It's another Tuesday. It's another 8 p.m. That means it's another video rot. This is episode 35. Riverman here. I'm Aaron. What's going on? I want to remind everybody, if you guys are new here, we stream these live every Tuesdays at 8 p.m. If you can't make it, that's all good. They always get edited and go up in an abridged version the following Tuesday. But if you can show up live, it's always appreciated. Show us some love. Help us out in the algos. If you're here, please like the chat. Help us out. Usually we talk about a topic that is somewhat nostalgic for us. In this case, this week, we're going to be talking about arcade memories. You know, before we started recording, or we went live official, we were talking about just how old we are. And, you know, Riverman, just had a birthday on the 8th. And I think you're what? Are you 38, 39?
38.
38. Yeah, so he's got a year and change on me. But yeah, we were talking about it. So us being the age we are children of the 90s. So a lot of the stuff that we talk about is going to tend to be rooted in there. So it's very applicable. We're going to talk about arcades. I'm kind of surprised we didn't hit this already. But before we get to our main topic, we usually just kind of shoot the breeze, just see what's up, check in on each other, show off any new acquisitions for our nerd collections if we have any. This week, I'm going to pass on that. I don't really have anything. I have been just balls deep. I haven't even been watching anything besides Bosch. And even then, like me and the lady have been binging Bosch, which is fantastic. But even then, we're lucky if we get like one episode every other day at this point because we're in pre-production on this short film, and just all my free time, I'm staying up till like 1 a.m. because I can only get a few hours late at night to work on all this stuff. So we're supposed to film that first week of June is when we're filming that. So we're running fast now. But it's really cool. Plemke, who's in the chat, what's up? He was asking about my lights, and that's actually why I'm getting wearing a lot of red, wearing a lot of blue, because that's the tones and the color schemes of the film. So I'm feeling it. And I'm listening to a lot of like soundtrack shit, like stuff I feel like puts me in the zone.
Argento.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's totally not, because not a lot of people do. Modern examples that play with clashing reds and blues and stuff. I like Neon Demon did it. You know, there was that really bad Ryan Gosling movie, Only God Forgives, that hit the red
that movie
hard.
Sucked.
It sucks. But anyway, it's not done a lot, and I love it. And I, of course, love Suspiria. I think it's one of the most beautiful movies ever. And a recent favorite, Perfect Blue. Obviously, it's an anime movie. It's fucking awesome. It does the same thing in anime form, which I don't think Todd's still ever seen that. Have you?
No, I didn't see that.
It should still be on Shudder because it just went on there a couple months ago. But you should watch it. It's a Japanese animated movie, but it's not like that weeb shit. It's a real movie, and it's a horror psychological in animated form, and it's absolutely nuts. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, I was listening to Corey Feldman's shitty techno music to get me in the mood while I do.
Oh, I love Feldman. I love his music too. I remember seeing him in concert, and it was phenomenal.
I'm waiting for Todd to just give up this troll shit, because there's no way, because his music sucks. And
I'm not trolling. I love Corey Feldman.
Yeah, it's fucking bad. You really think he could sing or something? Like, I don't.
No, it's just fun, dude. It's a train wreck on stage, but it's fun.
My favorite memory ever is just the thought of him losing the tooth.
Yeah, he lost a tooth.
You know, stopping the show. Can we bring the house lights up? Anybody see my tooth?
I got to see him live front row when he was coming out on a Segway for like the opening act. He has no, it was a hoverboard, not a Segway, hoverboard.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was one of the light up ones. So he looks ridiculous in his Michael Jackson outfit.
I forgot to turn my light on. I'm all dark and shit. Why don't you guys say anything?
No, but I've been watching some stuff. The old lady and I have been watching the show. I love the topic. It's The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. It's on Netflix. So this came out in 2020, and it goes into the history of Skinwalker Ranch, where they have, you know, all the UFO abductions and like the shadow people and everything like that. But we turned this on, and I think it's 2 or 3 seasons, and it's a shittier version of Ghost Adventures, but like the acting's even worse, and it seems like more scripted. So, but I'm entertained by it, so we've been watching that. Another thing we watched, I took my son out for around my birthday, and we saw the new Mario movie, and he loved it. He thought it was the best thing ever. He actually wanted to see it again afterwards. And I'm like, just wait till it comes out on, 4K or something. I'll buy it for you. So
Yeah, it'll be out for too long. He's just lucky. He's lucky that he doesn't wait as long as we did when we were kids.
Yeah,
You ever give him those old man stories like, "Oh, son, when I was your age, I couldn't
not
see
yet.
the movie again until the following Christmas." Like, if so, that means if the movie came out in August, they weren't going to release it that Christmas because they were still making a mint in the theaters. There was no streaming, so we had to wait for the following Christmas. That's almost a year and a quarter to capitalize on that Christmas money. Yeah, so it'll be out in a few. It's like I saw Creed 3 recently, because that just, even though that was a hit at the box office, it was on digital demand rent in like 3 weeks.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we watched it 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I was gonna go see it in the theater, but I couldn't make it out. I kept, it had been out for a few weeks, and so I was gonna, and then it eventually came to rent for $20. But I'm like, I want to see it. I was gonna pay more than this to go to the movie, so I might as well just rent it for everybody to watch. And
yeah,
even if you can hold out, in maybe 3 more weeks, it'll be just the standard $5.99 rent. It's just one of those things.
no, but I
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, speaking of Mario, though, I'd recommend it. I didn't think it was groundbreaking by any means, especially for like adults, but for kids, it's awesome, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I just hope the only thing I want to see out of curiosity, I know it's not a movie made for me, but the only thing I'm scared of is that Nintendo is becoming another Disney. Is they're going to become? I mean, they're already kind of like the Disney of video games. But I just hope this success doesn't, because it's the biggest opening of any animated movie.
Yeah, it's worldwide. Going to now. Yeah,
and like I just don't want it to be this. I know that Disney, first of all, Disney has made offers to buy Nintendo, and Nintendo will never sell to anybody. Like, they have this Japanese pride about them,
which I'm good. I'm good with that.
No, it's good. They have this Japanese pride about them. So that's good. So I just hope they don't take a page from the Disney playbook, and now we're going to see an extended Nintendo universe. And now we're going to have the fucking Zelda movie. Now we're going to have the Kirby movie. And then they're all going to culminate, to a fucking Smash. I don't want that. You want it because your kids love it. But
I'd rather see that than Marvel movies. I mean, come on.
Dude, guess what? No, dude, when the Marvel movies came out, they were cool. It was a cool idea. But then after a couple years, Nintendo will be the same. You say that now.
No, that's what I'm saying. At least get a good year or two out of it.
And then you're never going to look at fucking Mario again.
That's fine.
I love Mario and Zelda, and I don't want to get to a point where I don't want to fucking look at that shit ever again. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they're chill about it. Like, I get it. They're gonna make a sequel, but just be chill about it. Put out it's Illumination. Do like your fucking Minion movies. Put out 3 Mario movies over the course of a decade. Have a spin-off if you want, but don't fucking shove it down my throat, please. But anyway, Jonah Hill is Ganon. Yeah, probably. Fucking bullshit. Probably be something like that. Zelda gonna be played by Zendaya.
That animation looks awesome, though, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to hate because I love Mario, and I'll see it. And if I have to, like I said, if I had to watch a movie like as with kids, of course that would be like an olive branch meeting in the middle. Like, okay, I'll go see Mario, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched those fucking shitty Sonic movies, and I don't even like Sonic.
Sonic 2 wasn't terrible.
Okay.
What?
I thought those movies were not very good, but
I have to watch every kid's movie, though. I can tell you some
so
really
maybe
ones.
your scale is fucking weird.
Probably.
Because it's like, at least it's not VeggieTales or whatever they watch. Like, so it's probably good for you. Yeah, because it had Jim Carrey in it, right, to entertain the adult. But to me, even Jim Carrey in that, he was just acting like Ace Ventura, but it was Ace Ventura light for kids, and so it wasn't really funny to me. But
no, it's not funny, but it's just like you can stand watching it. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I mean, like, whatever. Yeah, I get it. But anyway, so what do you have to show off?
Oh yeah, so I did get some birthday gifts. This weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm still good on my not buying anything. So that's working out for me. But yeah, I got a few gifts
for your wife. One and the same.
Yeah.
Your brother
Yeah,
get you anything?
my wife, and then my brother got me something. I don't have it over here, but
Okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
my dad and stepmom and stuff. So one of the things I got was, you probably already have this, but I didn't. It was the Hitchcock 4K
Oh
box.
yeah, I got that.
They got that. And then I also got the other one as well. The Where it comes with a family plot.
Oh, I
Marine.
didn't. I didn't even know they
This
had that one out.
this one
They.
came out last year. So
Oh, well, that's cool.
so yeah, I got those both because I love Hitchcock, of course, and Vertigo. I love Vertigo a lot, and of course,
Gosh,
Psycho is one of my favorite movies. So
now I feel like. Well, I had bought the Psycho 4K standalone before they released that set. Um, that first set. But then I think what happened was they ran that first set really cheap during the holidays. And I'm like, well,
mhm.
shit, I already have Psycho, but it was still too cheap. I'm like, I'll get it. But because I know you could buy all those a la carte.
Mhm.
But the deal was just there. Yeah, I didn't know they had that second set out. I'll have to look at that. I wonder what they're, I bet you it'll be on sale for the holidays. Maybe I should just,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, those. I think Groove. They always have sales on Groove as well if you ever shop on there. But then the last thing I got, my wife got me this, and 2 years ago she got me something similar, or 2 or 3 years ago, and she asked me what I wanted, and I kind of went down the same road as I did 3 years ago because I've been wanting this, but it's birthdays are the type of thing where it's something you want, but it's something you probably wouldn't buy for yourself. If
mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
Well, if you
Um,
wanted it that bad, you'd already bought it for yourself or probably gotten it. It's kind of like,
yeah, which I did want this, but I mean, it was kind of expensive. So, but she got it for me, and it's this Beyond Terror, the Lucio Fulci book.
oh, it's very
So
cool.
all of his films, Lucio Fulci's films, and it's like a big
I
thick textbook.
Who put that out?
Stephen Thrower. So this is the same guy that did the Nightmare USA book that I have as well. So
Okay.
this was the second one he did. But
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
very cool.
it's beautiful, and
I mean, I didn't even know that thing was a thing.
I mean, it goes through all Fulci's films. I mean, it has some awesome, like foreign covers of the movies, some screenshots. There's tons of stuff about Fulci. So,
Was that
um,
like an Amazon pickup? Probably.
yeah, she got this on
I
Amazon.
mean, as long as you don't mind the good rate of getting damaged books, Amazon's a great place to buy
I
books.
didn't mine didn't get. I got a little ding here, not bad though
Yeah,
at all. But other than that, it shipped and everything went fine. So
that's cool. Is it under 100? Is it at 50
it's 50,
bucks?
50.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because some books, dude, some people get crazy and they want $100 for these fucking books.
yeah.
Like, what are you
No,
doing?
it was 50. But I like these coffee table textbooks, especially like movies, because
Mm-hmm.
I will sit there, sit there and read them. Kids are
Mm-hmm.
watching a movie or whatever. Like it's fun to actually go through those. Or when you have to, go in the bathroom, take a dump or something, you can bring the book in and educate yourself.
Yeah, just sanitize it after. You just get those shit
Who
particles
else is
all
gonna be
over.
reading it? My wife ain't gonna be
But
reading
even
it.
like if your hands are clean, like 5 years in the road, 5 years down the road, if you maybe pick it up in 5 years again, which that's the way it is. Those books, it's like you don't read them often. You go through it, and it's gonna sit there for a while, But like the next time you pick it up in 5, 10 years, it's gonna have shit particles on it. You're not gonna realize it, and maybe you're about to go eat, Todd,
It's
and you're
just
not good
like
at
that
washing your
Seinfeld
hands.
episode.
Yeah,
You brought the
exactly.
book into the bathroom, yeah.
Well, that's cool. So is that two gifts? Do you have more, or is that it?
No, that was it. That was it.
That's cool though. I didn't know about that Hitchcock set. I wonder what it retails for. I'll have to look out for a sale because I don't think it's going anywhere. That other one you can still
No,
get.
no, yeah.
Yeah. Um, what is the last coffee table book I got? I think it was probably it was probably the one I showed off here a while back, that Paul McCartney book,
Yeah, I
which is
remember
really
that.
great. It's a really great set, and they had ran that on sale too. Like I think I got that for good because that's one of those collections that does cost 100 or a little more because it's like the double edition or whatever, the big box set thing, and I think I got it for like 70. I was like, yeah, I'll get that. But all right, so let's just go ahead and roll into, unless you have something you've been watching you want to talk about. You watching flicks? I'll tell you about Creed 3 real quick if you guys want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, Creed 3 was good. All the stuff that I had heard about the movie they pretty much lined up because everybody was saying, "Oh, it's a little bit dark." Even Stallone was saying, like, the tone was a little darker. I think Stallone was being sour grapes a little bit about the situation. You know, it's like it's
Yeah.
easy for him to say it's a little darker than I would ever take it, so it's not for me. And you know, he was even saying like I don't want to. I guess he read it. It's like I don't. There's no place for me in this, and it's true. After watching it, assuming they didn't do any rewrites after Stallone maybe said no, if that's really the script, yeah, I mean, Stallone would have been reduced to like just the cut man, like the Duke role, right? And you know, maybe would have had some dialogue. He would have had dialogue and stuff like that, but it wouldn't have been like pertinent to the story at all. So if that's the case, I understand him not wanting to do it. It's like I'm not going to be like second string, but yeah. Anyway, the story I liked the story. It didn't feel very rocky. It was a little darker, but it was kind of fresh. I liked it. But the thing that made me concerned is Michael B. Jordan doing all that press saying he was really influenced by anime, the fight. And so when you watch it, oh yeah, you see it in the boxing sequences. It's all like slow motion fucking anime shit. And then it gets like surreal, like there's one point where they're fighting and then all of a sudden it cuts to like it's an empty stadium and they're by themselves and it's like all it's a lot of weird artsy fartsy shit. That's a lot of stuff you see in anime. And I get what they were trying to do, but it has by far the worst boxing scenes of any Rocky movie. Very underwhelming, especially the final boxing scene. It breaks the mold of what you expect, but I don't know. Rocky movies are comfort food. Everybody wants that last boxing match. You want to feel uplifted. You want to see him be down and out. You want to see him come back. You want to hear the music. It's just kind of what we want. This one was very underwhelming. So it was a good movie, but it was definitely my least favorite of the Creed movies. Like I really like the Creed movies. I think Creed 1 and 2 are high. I mean, they're at least 9s for me. I mean, I think they're great.
I don't know about Creed 2. Creed 1 was pretty good, but
Yeah, I like both of them. Creed 1's probably a little better. But this one was, I don't know, 6 or a 7 to be honest with you. So
I do have a movie that I watched the other day. But I've never seen this before, but if you're into Waterworld, watch No Escape.
I'm not, so I won't.
That's a good review movie too. Ray Liotta is freaking hysterical.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis isn't in this. No Escape.
It's Noah's. Oh, who's in that? Is it Ernie Hudson?
It's Ernie Hudson. Yeah.
Who's the girl?
The girl. There is no girl. They're on a.
There's no woman in No Escape.
Prison planet, dude.
I know No Escape. Let me look at it real quick. Hold on. This is absolutely killing me.
Yeah.
No Escape.
It has what's his face?
Lance Henriksen, Kevin Dillon.
Kevin Dillon, yeah.
God, this is a sausage fest. There's like no women on the cast.
No,
I don't know
no
why.
women.
Like they used to have a video game too on the Super Nintendo and shit of this.
They had toys of this, I think, too.
Yeah, I always remembered seeing the cover everywhere, and I don't know why. I know what Ray Liotta looks like with the fucking the gun or whatever. He's like in the middle, and Ernie Hudson on one side. I don't know why. I just Mandela affected like Jamie Lee Curtis on the other side. Maybe I'm like confusing her for some other fucking shit movie. But is it
Lance
good
Henriksen.
though?
I enjoy it. I mean, it's total 90s.
I've
But if
always wanted to kind of watch it.
I watch it. It's on. What did I watch this on? Amazon Prime. I think it was free on Amazon.
But the
Prime.
fact that you just compared it to Waterworld makes me like rethink my desires.
you might like this better than Waterworld, though. So
I mean, that wouldn't be a fucking hard ask.
because
You might like it better than Waterworld.
I love Waterworld though, so I'm biased.
It's trash.
No, it's a staple, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched any new movies other than Creed 3. It's been slow going for me. Like I said, I've been busy. But if that's all, we can kind of talk about the main topic. Let's get into arcades. So, like I said, we're old guys of the 90s. We want to talk about our days in the arcades, and it's not just about the games. I would like to talk about some of our favorite cabinets. But literally, you can talk about the games themselves, but they could some cabinets were just striking. Like they were just awesome. So you could just talk about art, even if you didn't like the games. But I also want to touch on memories as far as where you played the games, any particular hangouts or memories you have at particular arcades, anything and everything. And by all means, anybody in the chat, let's talk. Shoot us your arcade memories, and we'll talk about that as well. Let's see. All right, so starting off, I wanted to at least represent one classic arcade, like from the old days, from the 80s. I mean, I think growing up in the 90s, I would always find the old 80s arcades. They were going to be more commonly found at like laundromats and shit.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
was cool. I played arcades or two at laundromats. But that's where your Miss Pac-Mans and Galagas would go to die. The arcades would still have those. They'd be in the corner, but they'd be the ones with like the flickering dead screen and shit like that. But my favorite classic era arcade, hands down, is Arkanoid.
Mm.
And Arkanoid is a brick breaker clone, right? It's but it takes that and it's a breakout. It's a breakout clone, but it takes that whole thing. It's not just Pong and a ball and bricks, but now you have a spaceship. And the spaceship, you still have to break all the bricks, and all the stages would vary the bricks and shit like that. But you'd have different power ups and stuff where you get to blast the bricks, have of course the multiple balls and stuff. It's addicting. And the last time that I got to play that is I worked for American Express, and we had like a bunch of break rooms, and we had arcades in the break room, but they weren't authentic. They were those all-in-one cabinets that people had modded, and they brought them into American Express, and it just was loaded with all sorts of stuff. And I would spend every break that I had just high score in Arkanoid, man. And I was the only one. And I'm thinking, why is nobody playing these arcades? These are fucking awesome.
Well, did you work with a bunch of young kids? Is that why?
I mean, I worked with everybody. It was young, my age, old, didn't matter. But everybody was playing that stuff. And they would have like the deer hunting ones and like the golf ones that you'd always see at like grocery stores, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody ever played that stuff. But do you have a classic arcade you like?
I do. I have a photo that I'm going to share.
Okay, so you're all about these photos. That
you know me. I like.
And I have to like, go ahead.
Okay, so this one I grew up with. I think I used to. So we had this spot that we went to here where I live. It was called W.C. Frank's. And it was like a pizza place with arcade games. And the only time I ever had a birthday party was at W.C. Frank's, and it was the one birthday party. So we played this game all the time. Very classic 3-person game. And let me present this real quick.
I don't know why you just can't fucking tell us personally. He's like, let me show you.
It's a surprise. It's a surprise. Off-road.
Okay. I mean, I played Super Off-Road and stuff on the Super Nintendo, of course.
Yeah, so this one was, I don't know, man. What was it, Ivan Stewart's Off-Road? Something about it, like this wheel right here, like it never stopped. You'd like spin this thing around like 30 different times, and then your car would like, I mean, it would just go all crazy directions. And basically you just had to, of course, it's a racing game. You got to finish the track because it's like an arena motocross type of game, which I'm not into that shit, but I love this game for some reason. Playing my brother and some friends in this game, I always had a good time with it.
Now, the home versions of Off-Road, did they actually have endings, or were they just like on a loop?
I don't know about the home versions. I never picked it up because I didn't have Super Nintendo.
Well, they had maybe I'm thinking of Rock and Roll Racers too, which is similar concepts. That's the one that had all the unlicensed rip-off metal songs. Like,
that'd be awesome.
It was like Rock and Roll Racers on the SNES. Literally, they unlicensed and ripped and used metal music. Like one of the tracks was Mob Rules, for example, and it was tons of the shit. And they just back in the day, video games and stuff, I don't think any of that stuff was much of a threat to that. I don't know. No one ever came after him and litigated for stuff like that back then. But okay, well,
it was kind of a wild card, but that's the one I enjoyed a lot.
That's cool. So, are we just going to kind of go over our favorites then? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's just do that.
All right. So, and I'll kind of give my stories around them too. It's hard to be the age I am and not talk about Street Fighter 2. I think it
Yeah.
was the most populous cabinet. Everybody had Street Fighter 2, right? And so that's the constant you can count on being anywhere, everywhere. So I don't care if it was Skateland, which I
Yeah.
played a lot of arcades at
Oh,
Skatelands,
absolutely.
and bowling alleys. The regular arcade, it doesn't matter. They had Street Fighter 2, whatever variant, whether it was the World Warrior or whatever, or whether it was what Hyper Fighting Tournament Edition, whatever. Uh, and I played it all the time. And I always played it, even though I had versions of it at home. It was just always awesome. And like I remember still wanting to. I remember I had the World Warrior on Super NES cart, and on that one you could just play as. And the same thing with the arcade. You could just play as the main 8 characters. You couldn't play as the bosses or sub bosses. But the one I would see most out and about as far as on the arcade was the second revision, the one where you could play as even the bosses. So it was a big deal. So even though I was playing Street Fighter 2 at home, I'm like, oh, I want to play as M. Bison. I want to play as Sagat. And don't be one of those people that calls him Sagat. It's so fucking stupid. I know many people that call him Sagat.
I do.
Do you really call him Sagat?
I'm just kidding.
So stupid, dude. Like, have you seen E in his name? I don't. But anyway, and I don't know what it was about being a kid, but some of those ports were so good, like the Street Fighter 2 port. I mean, I would go to the arcade, and with my young eyes, I couldn't tell the difference between the game I was playing at home and at the arcade.
You really can't.
No, we never did that. We never did that. It's like I'd be playing at home, and then I'd see Street Fighter 2 at the arcade. Like, wow, it's the same game, man. I could just no, and it blows me away because I would do the same thing with like the MK games. But now, as an adult, oh god, there is such a difference between the arcade and the Genesis ports I was playing. Like by a
Especially
long
Mortal
shot.
Kombat 1, dude.
Especially all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. They're all
Mortal
gimps.
Kombat 1's the worst.
Dude, the sprites are tiny on the consoles. They're the actual sprites of the characters or whatever that you want to call them. They're tiny. The music is shit. Just so much stuff is cut out. Now, when you go to the arcade, your characters are jumbo, dude. They took up so much of the screen. It's just no contest. But you didn't notice it as a kid. But go into your next arcade pick.
You could share it. So this is one that came out kind of later. But I love this. The Die Hard Sega arcade game.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got to play it. I saw it, but and I don't think this is one I saw often.
And it was easy enough to beat there. So I think you spend like $5. I think I spent $5 to beat it. But it's really I don't know, man. Just climbing up Nakatomi Tower and then pretty much just shooting, and it was just something very different from the time when it came to some of these shoot 'em up type of games. So, but I don't know, man. I really enjoyed this one. I know people probably shit on it, but there's something about the Die Hard arcade game that I loved.
So I've only ever beaten one arcade game legit. I mean, I've played arcades later at like barcades and shit where I have like unlimited credits or my money goes. I've been able to beat arcades that way, but as far as legit, like when you were a kid, actually cost me like a quarter to 50 cents to do a play. There's only one I've ever beat, and I'll get to it. But this is not one I saw very much. They had I've seen clips of this, and I know on the PlayStation they had the Die Hard.
That wasn't
trilogy.
The same one.
No, it's a different game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
this
anyway,
was probably on Saturn, I'm guessing.
All right, so let me see. Now for me, I think unlike consoles, where the arcades really shined was actually licensed stuff, right? Properties. And one of the greatest arcades I still think to this day is Aliens. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a running gun, but it's like a running gun beat 'em up. So it's like a classic beat 'em up setup where you're Ripley and stuff, and you've got the foreground, background plane move up and down, just like Final Fight or something. But you've got a gun, and you're just blasting the aliens and stuff like that. And it represented the movie really well. It almost kind of had like a Kenner vibe to the way the aliens looked, and they didn't make all the aliens were like a purple and they had like cool bosses and shit. But it's so cool, and I've beaten that one, but I've beaten it on emulation, which sucks. I mean, playing playing these arcade games on emulation, or if they release them on like digital storefronts today, it kind of sucks the fun out of them because these games were not designed like normal home games. They were just quarter munchers. So when you're playing them at home, you just have unlimited free play. And
Yeah.
so you just kind of like blast your way through them. There's no real risk reward to anything because it's all about just getting your money. And the risk was, oh God, I guess, can I feel good about myself because I beat it before I ran out of money? But when you remove the actual money aspect, it just kind of takes something away from it. It kind of sucks. But you never played that Alien game? Did you ever see it?
No, man, I'll have to look it up.
You never saw it?
No, uh-uh.
Oh yeah, I have it on my PC right now. It's tons and tons of fun. It's really really great. All right, what's your next one? Oh, I'm gonna show. Okay, sorry, I gotta be ready.
My next one is one I did beat as well, quite
That
a
was
bit.
my next one.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. Fantastic four-player
Yeah.
beat 'em up.
So you beat this, but you had to have beaten it with people playing with you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, because this is pretty
It was
challenging.
it was at like every bowling alley you can think
Yeah,
of.
it was always. We had this at Skateland. It was
Mhm.
always at everybody. This one was really popular, and this was a Konami game. Konami made fucking. Okay, so speaking of licensing and Alien, Konami made the Aliens arcade.
Okay.
They had a certain style, a certain flavor, and they had quality. So the Aliens arcade was Konami, the Simpsons arcade was Konami, and then I know obviously I've got more on my list. We'll get to. I'll talk about it next. It's the TMNT stuff that was Konami. Nobody made brawling co-op type of cabinets like Konami. They just and the Simpsons maybe better than almost anything else
Hmm.
represented that show so well. Like the animation was great. It still holds up today. It's so much fun.
It's a lot of fun, man. I mean,
I
look at the cabinet; it looked beautiful, man. I
yeah,
love the
and I
colors.
played. I wish they would put this shit out again now on PS5. But a lot of these games they released on the PS3 PSN storefront, and
Mm.
they just never got. Now it's like anything that's on PS4 moves over to PS5, and they're kind of one. But a lot of that PS3 stuff is just dead. They never brought it over, and like I bought premium versions of this and some other arcades on my list and stuff. And but no, it's fantastic. I think they should release more of these and give me some trophy support, and that'll like make me
Oh, yeah,
excited to play
absolutely.
them. Because like I said, when you take out if you just get unlimited free play, you're not gonna die because like
Yeah.
you're gonna. It's just because you're gonna eventually beat the end boss if you can't run out of lives. But yeah, give me some achievements that actually make it hard and stuff like that.
Make it like
Another
the
game-
TNMT game that just came out, the remake,
Well, that was also made.
remaster, wasn't it?
You talking about the collection or the actual game, the Shredder's Revenge?
Shredder's Revenge, yeah.
But Shredder's
Something like that.
Revenge it wasn't made as an arcade; it was made as a home game.
Oh, I know, but they can, make a Simpsons game kind of like that.
Oh, a redo that'd be
Yeah.
a different type of game. Another one that's not. I didn't put it on my list, but another great beat 'em up of the generation was Alien versus Predator. Did you ever play that?
I never played that either.
Awesome, and not unlike Aliens because the enemies are the aliens, and you could play as basically Dutch, but they didn't have Arnold's likeness, so it was just some other roid head with like blonde hair, but it was supposed to be Dutch. There was a female, and then I think it was two different predators. I think it was two of those, and then you couldn't play as an alien. You just had to like the aliens were the baddies. So much fun. They had a home version that was made by a different company. I don't remember who put it out, but it's kind of renowned as being really shit. But arcade's fantastic. That's another one. But now I wish I would have put up pictures now because it taking me down memory. That's all right. I'm sure you've got some of the same ones.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I already had Simpsons on my list. So I know Todd is going to have these on his list, so you can actually get the pictures ready. But I'm just going to talk about all the MKs. There's no way you
Okay.
don't have MK,
Yep.
right? So go ahead and pull up. I put MK 1, 2, 3, 4 because I have memories with all of them, and so I just want to like take a minute to talk about these. So I have probably my best memories with these games because to me they were the most. It wasn't just Street Fighter because for one, I had Street Fighter 2 on home console for since a pretty young age, like since second grade. So even though I love the arcades, I as for almost as long as I can really remember, I had a copy. Mortal Kombat was taboo for a while, right? I didn't get any home versions of Mortal Kombat until 1995 when 3 was out, and we had a mom and pop video store that was going out of business, and they they were selling a used rental copy of MK1 on Sega Genesis. And it was at that time in 95 that I scored that. And then it was probably another year or two that I got 2 and then I got 3. So it was a big deal that I would see these games out in the wild, especially 2, man, especially 3. I was just enamored. And I'd say most of the time when I went to an arcade, I didn't really have money to play the games.
No, you
Most
just
of the
pretend
time.
you're playing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you love to look at them, man. I like to watch other people play. What's up, Silhouette, man? You're on your mobile. Your internet crashed. That's okay. No, and this thing was everywhere, man. I remember MK2. I remember MK2 being at our Dollar Theater when I was in Kentucky, dude. I remember. Okay, the worst thing in the world about this was you would get some money and you'd get to play, and the worst thing in the world is you're just trying to like sometimes I didn't want to be social. I wanted to play the ladder. I wanted to beat the game. But then some asshole would come in and put the coin in player 2 and interrupt your fight and they'd kick your ass. And
Yeah,
then all of a sudden
yeah.
like I mean I get it. That's just the nature of the beast, you know, like somebody challenged you. Like
Then your
shit.
quarter's gone.
Yeah, and it's like he pretty much fucking. I remember this asshole being Raiden, dude, just spamming the fucking torpedo,
Ugh.
and he fucking. And I felt, dude, that was to me to get a quarter or two was a huge deal, and I'm like, all I did, I just wanted to get through the game a little bit, and I mean, and then yeah, I'd get smoked by these older kids, but I tell you what the positive way of thinking about it is I probably wouldn't have gotten very far myself anyway because those arcades were hard as nails. They were so
Very
hard.
hard. Absolutely. That's what they're made for.
Yeah, they were broken as shit. They were imbalanced. Those MK arcades are so fucking imbalanced. Especially Mortal Kombat 3, it's notorious.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
the OG regular MK3 before they revised it to UMK3. Uh, Shao Kahn was notoriously impossible to beat.
Yeah.
It's and the only person, even on the UMK3, they nerfed him and balanced him a little bit, but he was still imbalanced. And I swear, playing the UMK3 arcade, the only person I could beat Shao Kahn with is Sub-Zero. That's it, because you can at least freeze him and catch him in a path.
Yeah, yeah.
That's and speaking of that, Sub-Zero is overpowered. Like certain characters are just overpowered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't even get me started on like the home releases when you get like into the Mortal Kombat trilogy. It's totally imbalanced because it's like, oh, let's throw the sub boss characters. Oh, in the PlayStation version, you can play as Kintaro and Motaro. They play like shit. They control like
They're
shit.
terrible.
But all you have to do is hit. You land 1 or 2 hits with Kintaro and you're fucking dead. Like what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah.
It's so broken. And but on the 64 version, because they couldn't fit all that stuff, they had to make cuts. We couldn't give you like Kintaro, we couldn't give you Goro, and we had to take away like the classic skins and shit. So as a trade-off, and they couldn't give you both versions of Sub-Zero unmasked and masked, but as a trade-off, they gave you one Sub-Zero, but they gave you the powers and the control, the move sets of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the unmasked Sub-Zero had like the ice shower, right? And he had the ice shower. The one with the mask has like the ice puddle, and the one without the mask has like the ice clone. They all have their own movesets. But so like on the N64 version, dude, like nobody's more powerful than Sub-Zero. because he's just got moves for fucking days. And then like, or Noob Saibot. God, Noob Saibot.
I never really played as Noob Saibot.
All you have to do is throw your fucking shadow cloud at them, which makes it makes them. It's like it makes them invincible, but like nothing they do will hit you. So it puts the cloud around them, and like all their punches and shit go through you. And so when you put that cloud on them, it disables them for 5 seconds, and in that time you one up and you do like the teleport. So you hit the cloud, they're defenseless, you can't block or anything. Then you do like your ground teleport where you grab them to the ground, you slam them, and then by the time they land on the ground from that, you've already launched another cloud. So they get caught in the cycle of like cloud fucking slam, cloud slam, and this is before parrying, and you couldn't like stop that cheap shit. And you know, and my brothers would do that shit with me all the time. I'd back them into a corner in Street Fighter and not let them get up. Like I would literally just back them into a corner, and you could like sweep them, keep sweeping them. You wouldn't even give them a chance to get up, and they get so mad like that you're fighting cheap. I'm like, they let me do it in the game. It's like it's in the game. So it's not on me to fix the game. Like this is
I used to get in fist fights with my buddy when I was playing NHL 94 because there's like a cheap shot you can do to make a goal every time. And we used to try to do it to each other, and by the end of the game we're like getting into fist fights because we're like, that's fucking cheap.
But like I said, if they allow it, it's up to the arcades to fucking fit. Now, when we got into the 3D era, getting into Tekken games, in Mortal Kombat kind of got there with MK4. Tekken had parry, where you could catch a hit and block it in reverse. Like you could stop it from someone just beating the shit out of you. And in Mortal Kombat 4, not as intricate, they introduced maximum damage. So if I was doing that cheap shit like we do back in Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat back in the day in MK4, get him into a corner, fucking just uppercutting him, it would eventually say maximum damage and would blow you both to the other side of the screen. It would just basically ref out and say,
I never played Mortal Kombat 4.
So Mortal Kombat 4 was the only game legit in the arcade that I ever beat with my own money. And it was Mortal Kombat 4 was amongst one of the last arcades, like before consoles just sort of like usurped them. Right, because Mortal Kombat 4 came out in the PlayStation N64 days, and by the time I got to PS2 and Dreamcast, the consoles were as good as the arcades could ever produce. And then Mortal Kombat 4 was the last MK arcade they ever had, and I don't know what the deal is with MK4 and why they don't ever like talk about it or include it. Like even when they've re-released the MK arcades, like the collections of shit, it's just 1 through 3. But I'm like, technically 4 was the last arcade. They had 4 arcades, and I get it. It's kind of an outlier because it's 3D, but it'd be kind of nice to see it represented.
3D is horrible, dude.
But it would be nice to see it represented. Now that's one of the cases where the home version is better with MK4. And I don't really notice like a fidelity difference. That's harder to notice playing Mortal Kombat 4 on 64 or something, or PlayStation, and from the arcade. It doesn't look that different. And in fact, when they released it on home consoles, they actually added Goro. So I actually played the arcade of MK4 after owning it on the N64, and I felt underwhelmed because like there is no Goro. Like you just beat like, however many people on the ladder, and you go straight to Shinnok, who fucking sucks in that game. Just a piece of shit. The game's imbalanced too. It's too easy. Like you could just wail on anybody, and that's the only reason I was able to beat it. It was just like way too easy. But yeah, Blocko, the Neo Geo arcades. He says we're at a local campground. Samurai Showdown used to blow my mind. Yeah,
that was a great game.
I dumped a few quarters in Samurai Showdown back in the day. And that's a game I never owned like a home port of, because those were on the SNES and of course Neo Geo stuff. But yeah, so those were always
Soul Calibur.
Same thing with speaking of Neo Geo, Fatal Fury. I know that became Final Fight when they mixed, right? What did they mix? King of the Fighters was Final Fight. It was what were the other games? It was 3 other properties blended together. Final Fight. Sorry,
King of
not
the
Final
Monster,
Fight.
King of the Monsters.
I'm not talking about that. What Neo Geo? What was it? So
Yeah.
King of the Fighters was Fatal Fury mixed. I can't remember it. Two of the other fighting franchises. Whatever. That just ended up taking over. But I love playing Fatal Fury and shit like that too. Oh yeah, King of the Monsters. That's one that you
I
saw
love
a
that
lot.
game, dude.
And
Yeah.
Rampage.
Yeah, at every pizza place. Yeah, absolutely.
It's right. What is it about the pizza places that had Rampage?
And they had the Neo Geo machines.
Yeah, so that stuff is really cool. Mendoza brings up one that's on my list 100%, and that's the X-Men co-op arcade.
That was my next one, dude.
Yeah, talk about it. Pull up a picture.
Yeah. So this is another Konami title, I believe,
Yep.
right?
Yep, they were the
And-
kings.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about these. This one was a 6-player, wasn't it?
Mhm. Pretty sure.
And this was always always a staple at the arcades growing up. Like looking back, I don't know how well this game would actually hold up now if I played
Oh,
it.
it's great
Oh, it is great. Okay.
because I played it. That's one of the games they released a la carte on PS3 on PSN, and I bought it, and I had a blast playing it. And this gets the award for just like best looking. I love this.
Oh,
arcade
huge.
cabinet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's so great. And I have such an affinity for this era of the X-Men, the 80s and the 90s. And, this wasn't a tie-in with the television show. This cabinet predated the TV show actually a little bit, but
Mhm.
it's so cool, man. I love all that. I love the intro. Like you could see it, right? Where
Yep.
they're playing where they have the villains and shit like that. You have, you got the Blob, you got Emma Frost, you got Magneto, you got Pyro, and you got Juggernaut, and it also had Nimrod was in there too. But it's an awesome game, man. And maybe it kind of felt like a slight at the time, but because when you would play home console X-Men games, which are totally different, more platformer type games, you could just be Wolverine or Cyclops and go hog wild and use your claws. And on this, they limited you like a beat 'em up. And so if you wanted to use your optic blast or your fucking like claw moves, it was like a power up that like you only got so many, and when you used it, it like decreased your health. Like how like beat 'em ups always do that shit.
Yeah.
So when you're Wolverine for most of the game, you're literally just like punching and throwing guys. But it's incredible. Like I would love to have this arcade cabinet. First of all, I don't have room for any of this shit.
It's huge, dude. I mean, that thing is.
I don't have room for any arcade cabinet, so I would. But part of me would like to fulfill my little kid dream of someday having just a massive fucking pad, like a massive house and a giant basement that could just turn into an arcade. I mean,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure
absolutely.
I'd get tired. I'm sure after a year I'd be like, yeah, no one ever uses this. What am I doing? Get rid of all this. But it would be great, man. I'd be happy with just like an all-in-one cabinet though. Like, But let's see, Metal Slug, Blocko, that's great. I remember playing Metal Slug too.
Since you kind of said X-Men, I'll just move on to my next one real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Because it's probably on mine.
Terminator
T2.
Terminator 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
remember
that's not
this?
on my list. But I played it, yeah.
It's a lot of fun. This was like we were saying, a pizza place staple, bowling alley, that sort of thing. And
Movie theaters. This would be like movie
I-
theaters over there.
pumped. Like I sucked at this game. So kind of like Area 51, like
Yeah.
these shooting games.
It's a rail
I pumped
shooter.
so-
It's like
yeah. Pumped so many quarters into this game, and I didn't get anywhere with it.
I had the home version of this.
Oh, you
So-
did? Okay, on Sega.
Yeah, and I think over the years I had it on Sega and Super Nintendo. Now on the home consoles, they released both the Terminator 2 arcade game and just regular Terminator 2.
Yeah, yeah.
The regular Terminator 2, you had like you were the size of an ant, and it was
I like
so,
that
it was,
one.
it was a platformer, and it was funny when you jump, you're so stiff, dude. Like none of your body would. You wouldn't move, like. And but it was something very satisfying about just blowing away people with your shotgun. I thought that was like Grand Theft Auto shit before.
Yeah,
Grand
weren't you
Theft
shooting
Auto.
like bikers or something or whatever?
The
in
first
beginning?
stage is the
Yeah.
biker. Oh, that's the
Yeah.
first stage. And like literally they had like rendered can't let you take the man's wheel, son.
Yeah.
You know, he was like a little sprite, a little fat guy. And
Mhm.
and I think they just repeated him over and over again. But it was just crazy that you were just blowing human beings away with a shotgun.
It was pretty original, yeah. For the
It wasn't
time.
like mutants or creatures or monsters like Contra. No, you're blowing away innocent people.
Yeah,
And it goes against the game because you get to these like the Galleria and you get to these stages. Obviously, it's notorious the shitty driving stages, the motorcycle, so fucking hard. Like that isometric view of the road, and the controls are terrible. But the Terminator, he was ordered by John Connor not to kill anybody. But in the game, it's like Grand Theft Auto, proto Grand Theft Auto, because you're just blowing away anybody and everybody at the mall. It's just that
yeah.
was the whole fun of the game. Like I never beat the game.
No, it's hard as hell, dude.
It's super hard, but like it was so much fun for a couple of stages just to blast innocent people shopping and stuff.
Oh yeah,
You know.
kind of the rail shooters you were talking about. This one as well, Lethal Enforcer.
Oh yeah, Lethal Enforcers. This is on Sega CD as well.
Yeah, which was fantastic. This is one of my favorites. I love this. Like I was blown away by the graphics when I watched people play this game back then, and yeah, Sega picked it up, and then it was pretty big hit on that too. So
Yeah. Let me see what else. Okay. This another staple that came a little bit later. And you could apply this to any of them, but House of the Dead.
yep,
Speaking of on rail shooters and stuff, and Todd and I think we played House of the Dead 4 or something at like a Valentino's or something, like not that. I mean, it is a long time ago, but like in my adulthood, like one of those times I went and visited Omaha. You don't remember that?
no, I don't.
It might have been as long as like 2006. I remember. I think it was the time I was in town to go see Lamb of God, and I think it was in Lincoln. And we went to go see Lamb of God. It was like Machine Head and Trivium. This is like in '06. This is Sacrament tour, and I think
Okay, yeah.
we ate at like a Valentino's or whatever. And it's so weird because it doesn't feel like that long ago, and it feels like arcades were already dead. They were dead in 2006.
Yeah,
But we just sat there and we beat House of the Dead 4. So, but I don't know. I don't. These kinds of games are only fun at the arcade. Like
yeah.
they're not really fun at home.
No,
like
no,
playing,
no.
because you have to have the gun.
Yeah, the light gun.
And even
absolutely.
then, it's like, yeah, you have to have that threat of, oh, I'm going to game over and I'm going to run out of quarters.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just what am I? You keep doing this thing where you reload off screen.
You got to be on your
And-
toes. You're spending your money.
Yeah, exactly. Which kind of sucks. That's where the risk comes from, your money. But um, so let me see. Go ahead and say another one because I did House of the Dead.
This one I brought this one up quite often because it's a Mortal Kombat ripoff, and it's called Time Killers.
Oh yeah.
And this, I don't know, something about this game. It's shitty, arcade machine, but I don't know. You can cut off limbs and arms and everything. So it was
You
kind of
got
like
Pit Fighter in there too.
here's a Pit Fighter.
Oh, Time.
So this
Killers.
is what it was kind of like.
Yeah, it was gosh, and I'm pretty sure somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but so Time Killers it was a Mortal Kombat ripoff, but it's almost like capitalizing on both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
because they were it's got the animation going on for it, and they were the two titans.
Mhm.
And what's funny is I'm pretty sure it's this game. It was Capcom who commissioned these guys who made Time Killers to make the Street Fighter the movie arcade game,
Oh, okay.
which is funny because the Street Fighter the movie arcade game was
Like Mortal Kombat, right?
was ripping off Mortal Kombat, doing
Yeah.
the live action. So it was really weird cross pollinating stuff going on there, and that's a funny game to talk about because I didn't realize it as a kid, but nobody likes that Street Fighter, the movie arcade game. Even though, like any other arcade game, I love to look at it. Like, oh, it's so cool to see Van Damme combing his hair. And but everybody hated the game, and there was the home release on Sega Saturn and PlayStation, and I always thought it was the same, but they're not. Like the game on the arcade was apparently so shit, and just it didn't feel like Street Fighter. They I want to say when they did the home release, maybe they took it in house, but they remade it. They used a lot of the same assets, but they remade the game for the home release, and it just plays a lot better. And they added a bunch of stuff. And
Yeah, I'm looking at screenshots right now. It's
is this the arcade or the home release?
the movie Arcade.
That's the arcade.
Yeah.
Okay, because it kind of looks. I mean, I guess it could be. We got Van Damme doing a sonic boom on Damian Chapa from Blood In, Blood Out fame. Hell yeah. The thing about this game, too, is Raul Julia had died before they did the motion capture shit and video stuff for this game. So his character is just like a blank fucking lifeless face because they just got like a model to do it and his face is blanked out. It's really. This looks like the console version. Are you sure this is? Oh, it's 11 credits. I guess not. I guess it is the arcade. Look how ugly those backgrounds are. Ugly, dude.
It's terrible. Here's the actual machine though. It's like the machine. I've never seen a machine before.
No, look, there had to have been something on the side of that side panel. That's empty. That looks like. Was there really nothing on it?
I have no idea.
Oh, while we're on the topic and we forget about it. It's not one of my favorite games today, but back in the day, it was really neat. Pull up Primal Rage.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And this is in the height of the Mortal Kombats, right? Everybody's ripping off it, jacking it off. But Primal Rage, man, I wanted to play this game all the time. They used to have Primal Rage at Walmart.
Yeah,
that's where I would see it on the way out, like that whole entry section, whatever. They would have Primal Rage, and so cool. I might have played this one. I don't know if I ever actually got to play it. Maybe once. I remember just looking at it a lot, but I played the home release. I remember
it's trash.
The home release especially is trash. I played on Sega Genesis, and my lord, dog shit.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I remember renting that and playing it for like an hour and then like never playing it again.
I liked it when I was a kid because I was stupid. But once again, if you play the arcade even the arcade's not good. Like none of it's good.
No.
But the arcade looks so much more impressive because once again, you have the big detailed sprite characters and you got a lot of voice stuff and announcer stuff that you never could fit on the carts. But anyway, honorable mention. The Primal Rage 2, I remember there being like ads for Primal Rage 2 and it just never came out. Like, so I've talked about this in the past though, but they had the Primal Rage action figures, which were so great, which was kind of interesting at the time because at the time we did have like Mortal Kombat toys. They were like that G.I. Joe Mortal Kombat line, those little and there was obviously Street Fighter 2 merch and shit like that. But Primal Rage was like a new property, and right when they had the arcade game out, they also released these toys, and they were like way better than any other toys that the other games had come out with. And I used to have like the Blizzard doll and Chaos and all that stuff. They were so cool, and I would really like to own those again for some reason. But anyway, yeah, and on the packaging of those boxes, on the back, it would say like Primal Rage 2 coming summer of whatever this year, and it just never came out. And like whatever. But that was just sort of a side note,
I got a side note too. So I know a lot of people aren't into sports games, but there's two sports games that are pretty iconic in the arcade.
NFL Blitz, dude. Yeah.
So much fun, dude.
I had so much fun playing this, and I used to play this at the bowling alley in Elkhorn, Nebraska. I don't even remember what it's called. Where they had a bowling alley in Elkhorn, and we would go to this bowling alley quite a lot for a while there because my mom would play Keno. She loves her Keno.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this bowling alley was great. And they had a few arcades, not like a lot, but they had NFL Blitz, which somebody was always on, by the way. Always people on. And they also had X-Men versus Street Fighter, which is on my list too. And I associate these two because they were at the same arcade. But NFL Blitz was so much fun, dude. I used to love playing Blitz on home consoles too.
Yeah, it actually ported over pretty nicely, and same with this one.
And I had some of the sequels. Like I had the Blitz game that they had put on the Sega Dreamcast, like Blitz 2000, 2001.
Blitz 2000, yeah.
that even that was so much fun because I never liked sports or football, but I loved playing those blitz games, man, at home. And I even liked I had a couple of the game day games. Remember the game day?
Oh, game day, yeah,
I had
yeah,
game day 97, dude. I play that shit all the time.
it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so funny, like, so all those got put out to pasture because basically, like, what the NFL rights got bought out, right?
Yeah, so yeah, the rights changes hands all the time. So
But pretty much,
um,
it's like it's Madden or bust because
for the NFL, yeah,
because the way the rights got handled and shit like
yeah.
that. So you no longer had, and then for a while there, I want to say like the last Blitz game they put out because of that right shit had like phony teams.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
like
sure
they
it
had to,
did.
in which it was still fun, but it was just, it was so great. I would love to have a Blitz arcade,
Oh, that's awesome, man.
even
Well, they
though
have
it's
those
like,
arcade one-ups, I guess, but
even though it's like dated graphics by today's standards. I don't care, dude. Those games are so much fun because I love the arcade midway aspect of it, or you can just like throw, you can fucking body slam, think people and clothesline them and shit.
this NBA Jam, I still think is better. But I played NBA Jam a hell of a lot more, but I still love Blitz just as much.
I
But
never
NBA
actually played
Jam's
NBA
great.
Jam.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I saw it all the time,
Yeah.
but Sonya Blade, Carrie Hoskins, she actually played one of the cheerleaders in the game.
Oh,
too.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's one of the cheerleaders you see all the time in the game.
Hmm.
Yeah, Midway was on fire, dude. Like they produced some great stuff. So, and of course they went belly up. Midway went belly up in like 2000 or something like that, and they got their licenses sold off. Mortal Kombat went with Warner Brothers and shit like that, but Midway was no more.
And the cool thing about like NBA Jam is you can actually play the secret characters if you put in like their real birth dates or whatever. And
Oh,
their
Bill
initials.
Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Right?
Yeah, you could play as like the president. You could play as like Sub-Zero, all the Mortal Kombat characters.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember
Yeah,
Sub-Zero.
yeah. SUB
Very cool.
December 5th is the code for that one. That's
You could play-
Sub-Zero.
You could play as Bill and Hillary Clinton. This is the most 90s game ever.
Yeah.
It's so
It's
fun.
pretty sweet though. Yeah, it's fun.
I kind of touched on it a second ago when talking about the bowling alley, but really quick, I have to give a shout out to those Capcom fighters, X-Men versus Street Fighter, and X-Men versus Street Fighter was basically a combination of X-Men Children of the Atom, which was a Capcom just X-Men fighting game,
Yeah.
and then Street Fighter Alpha, and they just kind of combined them. But then they had a whole bunch of offshoots. Then they had Marvel Superheroes, which was the War of the Marvel Superheroes fighting game, and then they just mixed that with Street Fighter Alpha, and they had Marvel Superheroes versus Capcom. They had all sorts of those like versus games and stuff like that. But my favorite was always X-Men versus Street Fighter. It was so much fun. And X-Men Children of the Atom, I used to play. We used to have that at our local dollar theater back in the day. And like I watched my uncle, R.I.P., who passed away recently. He just cheesed the whole game playing Iceman because on those cabinets they would have the move sets.
Yeah.
You could
Yep.
and Iceman, he had this move where he could like summon and drop like a giant crater sized fucking ice ball on you, and he just cheesed the whole game dropping fucking craters on these guys. It was awesome. So I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. That's right, Capcom Mendoza. But let me see. Go ahead and say another one. I mean, I have a few more.
Well, we haven't touched on this, and this is probably top 3. The
hoping
Teenage
I have
Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game.
That's on my list, and I could even throw Turtles in Time on there. But honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I never, ever, ever as a kid saw Turtles in Time arcade out in the wild.
I didn't either.
I never saw it. It was always the original TMNT arcade, and I guess Todd's gonna boot up a picture here in a second.
Yeah.
And the place, I saw this other places too, but I gotta tell you, the place that I associate TMNT arcade game with is Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese, and this is where I saw it all the time. It's the only place I ever played it. Now, in like 2016, we have maybe Todd when you come into town. We should hit up a place like this sometime. But we have this like kind of mini like family fun center, or it's like outside. They have little rides, little mini roller coasters and stuff like that. It's called Castles and Coasters, and they got mini golf.
Mm.
But that's not the crazy thing. The
Tilt.
whole upper floor of the inside of it is an arcade.
Oh, okay.
And at least in 2016, last time I went, dude, they had anything and everything. They had all the Mortal Kombats, they had all the turtles, they had everything, and it was just like a paradise. And
Hmm.
it's like the bottom was all that bullshit, Dave and Buster's like arcade games, that modern
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
that just sucks. But the whole top was the retro stuff, and I beat the arcade game then, but then again, it was like $5 all you could play.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's even still around. I mean, I know the place
Jeez.
is around. I don't know if they still have the arcades anymore. I should call them and figure that out because it was great.
Yeah, I'd like to go there.
But yeah, so this is a classic game. This is actually one of the greatest. This is Konami, right? And I
Hmm.
actually have uh the marquee.
Oh,
I,
really?
I don't know if I have it anymore. I might have lost it my last move, but I actually had the marquee, the insert, right, with April on it
Oh,
on the
right here.
front.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
awesome. I'd
And
love
that
to
weird
have that.
that weird porno parody version of Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it for the longest time. And I also had a marquee for Super Street Fighter 2, the arcade.
Oh, okay.
And the Super Street Fighter 2 was like made out of plexiglass. It was
Hmm.
hard and it was cool because if you put a light behind it, it would have like all lit up.
Hmm.
But anyway, I don't know whatever ended up happening to all those. But yeah, this might be this is up there. This is up there. I like how they have that weird actress just playing April on the side.
I do too.
It's funny. It's a
Hmm.
and like she's blending in with these like airbrush looking TMNT drawings. It's so funny, dude.
Animated
I
Turtles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great game. Um, I have a side note game. I don't. It's not my main one. I'm going to talk about another one. Do you remember this game called Carnival? Speaking of rail shooters earlier,
Yes, I do. I let me pull
that
that
was
up.
a later game. But I one of my favorite places to play in Omaha, Nebraska, Westroads Mall. They used to have the best tilt in the basement. Like the
Yeah.
whole basement was like tilt, and I loved going in there, man. And they used to have this game called Carnival, and it was just a rail shooter, but it was like evil clowns and shit like that. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, me and my brother had a great time playing that, and I remember at the time it looked so great. Like all these graphics are amazing. Now when you look at it now, it looks totally like,
Yeah. It looks like shit. Yeah.
but it was so much fun, dude. But I have one more arcade I want to talk about. But before I talk about it, do you have any places? Like I can tell you my places right now. It's like I said, I mentioned that place, Tilt, the old school Tilt, where at this mall that we had, it was just the basement, and they had so many arcade. I mean, they had all the Tekkens, they had all the Mortal Kombats, and they would have all the Mortal Kombats lined up against the back wall. The Tekkens were elsewhere as well. They had Tekken 1, 2, 3. They had at the time Marvel versus Capcom. They had anything and everything. It was just incredible. And House
Yeah.
of Deads and all that shit. They had Street Fighter 3. That's where I played Street Fighter 3 for the first time. That was a pretty new game at the time. Uh, but that was great.
Yeah, I remember. So Bowling Alley was the first place I ever played Mortal Kombat, the first one, and then WC Franks, which is kind of a family fun center type of place as well, that closed down. Was where I played number two, and then I think Tilt was where I played MK3. Yeah, those three were my staples, and then Aladdin's Castle as well.
Which
I don't know if we talked
Aladdin's
about that.
Castle I was going to bring up. Unlike Aladdin's Castle, Tilt is technically still around.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, not the one you went to. Not here.
No, but Tilt is still a thing.
Hmm.
They have locations still.
Oh, okay.
I think we have a couple here. They don't get any action, but
Yeah.
technically they're still. I don't know if it's a case where like the old company wasn't using the name anymore, or they just bought it out. I don't know, but it's still technically a name. And actually, they have a pretty good arcade at this mall in Tempe. And they have a pretty great arcade. It's double decker, and it's called Tilt, and they have all the MKs and a lot of the old retro shit and stuff like that. And that was there at least 2 years ago, if not a year ago, last time I went. So, they're still out there. Obviously today barcades are kind of the thing. Some people tried to come out with small businesses that were nostalgia based, like 80s arcades, but they don't work. When you don't have booze, they fail. So like
Yeah.
the only ones that can actually kind of like stay afloat are the ones that have alcohol. But so yeah, Aladdin's Castle was a big one. I think the first place I ever played Mortal Kombat 1 was actually a Kmart. It might have been a
It
Walmart,
could
but
have been, yeah.
it was the entrance to a Kmart, like, or the glass doors. You come in, but yeah, they would just have all that stuff lined up next to like the claw machines and stuff. Oh, that's a sight for sore eyes, dude.
Isn't that
That's
awesome?
Is that Killer Instinct on the end? That was a great one too.
Yeah, I think that's Killer Instinct. There's what's this Immortal here?
That's MK.
Is that,
Ooh,
is that a custom
I
one?
don't know. Where is this picture from?
I don't know. I just grabbed it off a Google image.
Dude, they had a competition when the last game came out, and you could put in for the drawing or whatever, and the grand prize winner, you would win a custom, one of a kind, not for sale Mortal Kombat 11 cabinet.
Oh, maybe that was him that won it.
No, that's not MK11. It looks, I don't know what that is, but it was sweet though. But that is definitely Killer Instinct on the far end.
I never seen this marquee have this before. The 3 and Ultimate.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
they had three.
I thought it was
first.
just Ultimate. I just thought it was Ultimate. I thought they got
Because
rid of the 3.
it's together.
That's what this shows.
Oh yeah,
right
it's one
here.
marquee. Yeah, I never saw that. That's weird. That might be custom because they had the
Okay.
3, then they had the Ultimate 3. Yeah, I don't know. What's the game? What game we forgot to mention? Just because it's not a game I loved. We actually mentioned like Time Killers or whatever. No, not Time Killers. What's the fucking game with the Virtual Cop and games like that? What is the other game with, like, it was the rail shooter but it had like the actors and there'd be like the oil drums and shit? What am I thinking of? Not Time Crisis. Time Crisis
Time-
was another game.
Yeah, Time
But that's-
Crisis, Virtual Cop 1, 2.
I feel like there's another one I'm forgetting about, but
Was it a Sega? It was a Sega.
I
game.
don't remember. It's the kind of shit you'd always find at like bus stations and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different classes of arcades. Sometimes you find them at like bus stations and stuff. Well, the last one I want to
Laundromats.
yeah, I don't know, man. There was a period where living in Springfield from like the years of like as soon as I moved back from my brief stint in Nebraska, I had an apartment in like 2012, 2013, 2014. I didn't have a washer. We didn't have facilities, and so I would take my clothes to a laundromat that was right around the block, and they had a Street Fighter Alpha arcade, and I'd be fucking playing that shit. It was yeah, but anyway, the last arcade I have to mention, and it's a Midway arcade, and I think the greatest arcades were made. That's a great ad. That one.
Oh, I love it too. Yeah.
I mean, it was all about Konami, Capcom, and Midway. And one last Midway one I'm going to bring up is WWF the arcade game.
Oh yes.
Pull that
this.
shit up.
I love this
and
game.
This is very much in the vein of NFL Blitz, where Midway kind of like was putting their filter, like they're kind of like Mortal Kombat infused, and because they did that, they took liberties in Blitz too, right? You could hit people, and the ball would catch fire and shit. NBA Jam, and the WWF the arcade game. There was something so fun about that game, and it was like NBA Jam or Mortal Kombat, where the Undertaker would have bats fly out. They had special moves.
Mm-hmm.
Like projectiles and shit. Doink would pull out like a fucking hammer and hit you, and like toys would fall out.
Oh, here it is. Kind of.
It was just over the top. There'd be like fire effects and stuff.
I love Vince McMahon too. It's a total debacle.
It's so great.
Oh, so
And
Yokozuna did.
the only crime is that you could only be like 8 characters.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucked, dude. That's just terrible at the time. Now it's like when you look at these WWE like 2K games that come out every year annually now, they have like massive rosters of like 50 characters. But I wish I could have that with this.
Yeah. I think
Somebody
this still looks cool, dude. This still looks awesome.
somebody make me a modern version of this game, like with the same digitized,
Yeah.
but give me a big roster.
Yeah.
because like who's on that? You have Bam Bam Bigelow, Brett the Hitman Hart. You got Doink. You got Lex Luger. You have Scott
Yokozuna,
Razor Ramon. You have Heartbreak Kid there. Fucking why can't I spit out his name?
Undertaker,
Shawn
Shawn
Michaels.
Michaels.
Yeah, Undertaker and Yokozuna. So you might be asking yourself, where the fuck is Hulk Hogan? Where's Macho Man? They were in other games. Like I had
Were they in WCW at the time? They
I-
might have been.
in like you think so? 90 like 95 ish?
Shit, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
Could have
But
been.
regardless, I had like the Super Nintendo WrestleMania game that had the WrestleMania Super Nintendo game had a way better roster, but it's not nearly as good a game. But I had that ever since I was a little kid. That had Macho Man, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. It had Hulk Hogan. It had Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man. British Bulldog, fucking Hawk and Animal, Legion of Doom. Yeah, dude. Somehow give me well, now a lot of these games that come out now, they have legacy characters, legacy wrestlers and stuff in them. But I don't know, 8 characters. Geez, at least give me 4 more. Like this is
Why are you giving us Lex Luger? Lex Luthor.
Lex, he's got a weird head, dude. He got a weird
Yeah,
face.
he does. He does. I mean, Doink the Clown. I mean, he was entertaining, but nobody
he
wants.
was great. He was great in the game though. He was so great. Get him, Doink. I loved hearing all the commentary and shit like that.
Shawn Michaels all day, man. I just did that kick.
Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler. He's the best. I think he's the best in the business. He was dude, he was like an acrobat, dude. Nobody moved like him and flew through the air like him.
I still like Hogan's my favorite. I mean, he's not a great wrestler, but I love Hogan.
I think Shawn Michaels is skill wise.
Yeah, he's great skill wise. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he's awesome. I think he's really funny. Razor Ramon and Yokozuna, dude. It's so funny. Yokozuna is not even Japanese. Look at that guy. He's from. He might be Polynesian, I think.
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, but but it's a well-rounded roster. Like you have 2 big guys. You got Yokozuna. You got Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah,
What was WrestleFest's roster? Remember WrestleFest?
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember that. But I will say I had WWF the arcade game on the PlayStation, and I loved it. But obviously the arcade's way better. It's way better, and it just looks way better. But I loved it. If I could have picked, even if I could have just got 4 more characters, man. Yeah, give me Macho Man, give me Hulk, give me oh, let me see this.
You never played WrestleFest, dude?
I never played WrestleFest. I don't think I've ever seen WrestleFest.
Yeah, it came out, when was this, late 90s or late 80s?
Oh yeah, Sunset Riders arcade was awesome.
1991 this came out.
Yeah, who's on? I wish I could see that panel. Who is that on the side?
Okay,
I see Jake the
features
Snake.
10 wrestlers: Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, $1 Million Man, Big Boss Man, Jake the Snake, Earthquake, Mr. Perfect, Sergeant Slaughter, Demolition Smash, and Demolition Crush. Dude, that's an awesome roster, dude.
Oh yeah, I see Earthquake there on the far right underneath Jake the Snake. Oh yeah, he was in the WWF Super Nintendo game that had Earthquake and Typhoon, dude.
Oh, here's
British Bulldog.
Yeah.
No Mr. Perfect, dude.
Oh, Mr. Perfect's in this.
Is he?
He's right here. Kurt Hennig.
Oh yeah, he's hidden. And you got it's Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man, Crush, dude. I remember Crush, dude. I feel like Crush was around for like a year. Crush was in and out. I remember
Brutus Barber Beefcake was one of my favorites too.
Yeah. Oh, you got Sergeant Slaughter up there. Is it is?
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter, and then you have
Wait. Okay. I love how you have both Hawk and Animal because I love those guys. Crush. I remember being starstruck when I was a little kid because I went to the dentist, either the doctor or the dentist. I don't remember what it was. Got pulled out of school to go to one of them, And then I was in the waiting room, and sitting next to me was Crush, just reading like a fucking Life magazine or something,
Really?
a highlights fucking magazine or something. Yeah, it was Crush, dude. And I recognized that fucking mole on his face because it was him. Like, if you had any doubts, first of all, the guy was fucking huge. But even if you're like, oh, maybe it's just the guy that looks like Crush, he had that signature fucking mark on his face. And at the time, I'm like, oh, what the fuck is he doing here? But I don't. There had to have been like a house show or something in town in Omaha, right? Because they never televised shows, but they probably would have had a house show.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing beats the arcade game, 100%. And if they could have just given me 4 more characters, so
I think I had that on PC. Then I also had it on the Sega Genesis, I believe.
No, they didn't put it out on Sega Genesis.
Maybe it's PS1 then.
It was PS1.
Okay.
And like I said, it did the trick, but it's not nearly as good as the actual arcade if you play it. It's just and then they did kind of like that weird sequel that was only on the PlayStation. It was like WWF in your house, and it was like in the backyard, right? Remember, they used the same assets, right? The realistic, and it was like, yeah, pull that up. Like I think it was called WWF in your house.
I don't know if I ever played this one.
I heard it was shit. They just reused the fucking PlayStation assets and yeah, pull up pics. Let me see that.
No, it's There Goes the Neighborhood, right?
There Goes the Neighborhood. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I just remember like the ring and stuff being in the backyard and shit.
God, is there any screenshots from the game?
There's gotta be.
No, it's backyard wrestling.
Well, it's not that important.
So what about this game did you really enjoy?
I didn't actually play it. I didn't play that one.
Okay.
I'm just saying they reused the arcade game assets.
Okay, I found it. Yes. Okay.
They reused the PlayStation arcade game assets.
Yeah.
And they put them in this new game. Like, pull up a picture.
God, this is tiny. Sorry.
God.
Let me find a different one.
What the fuck is this? Yeah, I guess that's it. I don't remember that stage. But I always remember like the backyard level. Like it's someone's backyard. Anyway, I don't remember what characters in this. I just wish somebody would build a game like this today. Like give me a WWF arcade game with legacy wrestlers, and you could look at this shit.
Looks terrible, dude.
It's bad. Like where are they at? Is that like Apache's back there?
Backyard? Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
It looks terrible. But no, like the arcade game, like literally give me the same engine, make it today, maybe clean up the controls a little bit, and give me a fucking roster of like 40 people, dude. Oh, look, Vader, dude. There's Vader.
Undertaker. What the hell is Undertaker doing, dude?
Yeah, that's a reused asset from like the PlayStation version. Yeah, it looks stupid, dude.
Look at this guy over here, dude, just chilling out.
Is that Jim Ross, dude?
I don't know, but what is this?
Dynamite.
Is this a mine? Is this a mine?
It's a mine. It looks terrible. But like that's Vader down there. See, Vader wasn't in the arcade game. So they obviously got some different wrestlers captured for this. I would have loved that, dude. Just give me the arcade game. I don't care. Put Vader in there. I don't give a shit. Just give me more than 8 characters, man.
Yeah. No, I agree, man.
Did you have any last
yeah, we got to show this picture real quick. I'm sorry.
You guys in the chat, did we miss any that you guys wanted to bring up? Oh, the Ultimate Warrior? Oh yeah, see, like
Vader.
What was the Ultimate Warrior even in the WWF at the time?
I don't
he
know.
fucking left. I would have loved to have the Ultimate Warrior in the arcade game.
Yeah,
that's awesome, dude. Yeah, give me the Ultimate Warrior. I mean,
give me Macho Man. Give me Hulk.
You have to have Macho. Yeah, give me Ultimate Warrior. Give me Macho Man. Give me Hulk. And then I'm trying to think of who was around at the time.
Back.
Yeah, I mean, bump it up. Give me one. Give it a couple years later and give me Stone Cold. I mean, he
Yeah.
was he really wasn't a big deal yet. You know, it took him to into like the late '90s.
Well, yeah. What was that game? That wrestling game that everybody had was
Warzone.
Warzone. Oh God, I
Oh,
love
that
that.
game
That
was
was
like
one of my
shit.
that was one of my favorite games as a kid.
Look at those characters. Pull up Stone Cold and Warzone, and we were like, our minds were blown at this. And they had Create a Wrestler, dude. Yeah, Warzone had Gold Dust, Stone Cold. It probably had The Rock. I don't really remember.
Farouk, I think, is in this.
Look at that. Yeah, The Rock and Steve. Look up. And they would kind of reuse this engine for a few more games on the system, but look up the entrance, like when you can see them blown up. I don't know why people love this game so much. It's like it's so.
They love it still.
No, they loved it. It's so
Oh,
prehistoric, dude.
That was the first decent wrestling.
Oh,
game
I
ever.
loved all that. I like the fucking.
Yeah, that was cool.
I have WCW Nitro Thunder, dude. I have my PlayStation still.
I used to like the Thunder, that game back in the day for 64.
You know what? That would be. Oh, Thunder was a PlayStation only.
Oh yeah, I did play that one too though. Yeah.
WCW Nitro. You know, that would be a lot of fun. Like whenever you come out here, we should play some old wrestling games, dude.
Oh yeah. Owen Hart, dude. Enough is enough. It's time for a change.
Jeez. Yeah, Create a Wrestler was a lot of fun on this, but that's kind of where it was though. Have you ever played any of these more modern ones that are on the modern consoles? Like
No,
the
I
2K?
haven't.
You know, it's always been tempting. I just don't like the wrestlers, dude.
Yeah.
But I think there's been a couple of them where they had a lot of legacy shit on there. You want to pull up one more pick here? I want to see the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, this had Mankind was in this too. I remember. Yeah, look at Triple H.
You
dude.
do like Suck It or whatever.
That's Triple H. Oh, he did the Suck It on that.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I remember when you were hovering on the character and you'd pick them, it would show like a little movie of the actual.
Yeah.
And I remember when you picked Mankind, you'd be like, oh, I get to play with all my toys. He'd have like a fucking rag doll or something.
Yeah, I love that shit too. The video clips in there.
Oh yeah, Blocko, WCW versus NWO on 64. I think the cover of that had Hollywood Hogan and probably
Raven
Sting on it. Maybe Raven, yeah. Maybe you might be right.
Yeah.
It might be right.
Maybe that's Revenge I'm thinking of. I don't know.
No, there's so many of them.
No, I like this. These graphics were actually good at the time. I mean,
yeah, they're shit now.
Yeah.
A character, a model like Kane looks a lot better than Triple H because he's covered up.
Yeah.
Because Triple H looks like he straight up has tits.
Yeah, exactly. Was
boobs,
it tanning, dude? Are those tan lines here?
They're cans, dude. They're cans for sure. Big old jugs.
Look at that.
They
Look how long his arms are too, man.
I know it was like a gorilla. But anyway, I didn't think the game played particularly. Even at the time, I'm like, yeah, it got boring fast. But I liked the Create a Wrestler was fun. I was Gold Dust for some reason a lot, you know.
I like Gold Dust too. Shattered Dreams.
Yeah. No, but that'd be fun to like kind of reminisce and kind of go through some of those old wrestling games. But I would love that. I would love it to do. We should do a stream. You know, that might be fun. We should do a stream like whenever you come around. And we should play like WWF arcade game.
Okay.
We'll get like 2 watchers because nobody's fucking searching for WWF the arcade game, but I don't care.
What do you got it on? PlayStation 1 or what?
Well, technically I have the arcade ROM from the arcade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just play the ROM, dude. But anyway, I think that's gonna cap it off for us. Yeah, just shooting the breeze, talking about arcade games, reliving it. So anybody out there have anything we missed? Any of you guys had any favorites? I know there's probably going to be a whole bunch. Captain America: The Avengers, man, that game's harder than shit. You ever play that game?
No.
God, hard. Yeah, there's tons of games, but anyway, yeah. So I think next week we will shake it up. I think it's time. We got to figure out a tier list to do. I know we wanted to do the Friday tier list, but we want to wait for Josh, and you know, it's hard to knock him to get him down for it.
Are you
but
planning on seeing Evil Dead this weekend?
is it coming out this weekend?
I think so.
Probably not, because Evil won't fucking see that shit with me.
Okay. Well, go by yourself. I mean, I do.
Where am I gonna find time to do that? It's like I'm hanging out with her on the weekend. That'll go
Yeah.
well. Okay, I'm gonna go to the movie by myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I know where you're coming from though.
It's kind of hard. I'm probably just gonna have to wait till it's on demand or whatever. And I'm not really in a huge rush anyway.
I'm not either.
I
but-
kind of want to wait to see what everybody says about it, but I would go see it. She wants to go see John Wick. If we have time, I think I have
that'd
to
be
go see
fun.
John Wick. But I kind of feel bad because it's like I know, give it a week or two and John Wick will be ready to rent home.
Oh, I'm gonna
But-
buy it. I'm not gonna. Go
Oh, I
see
already
it.
pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered it because
Yeah.
I have the first three, and I know, and I trust the reviews for that everybody says it's
Yeah.
awesome. So, but anyway, I would love to see Evil Dead. We'll see if I can convince her, but I feel like I got to watch other shit first before that. But whenever we do that, we'll do a ranking. But what should we do? What's another idea if we want to hold off on Friday the 13th?
Shit. Yeah, we can do a tier list. Did you want to do director or something or?
Yeah, I mean our Quentin Tarantino did really well. I think it's our highest video.
Oh, really? I don't know. I'll have to think of the directors.
We'll think of it. We'll think-
Spielberg. I mean, I don't know if I want to do that though.
No, we should stick with
Uh,
horror. Did we actually do the Wes Craven one?
We haven't done
talked
Wes
about
Craven. We haven't done.
I
Wes
watched
Craven.
Swamp Thing for nothing. Don't Let It Be for Nothing. That shit movie. I watched it to prep. We didn't do it.
Well, we can do it. We can do Craven. That's fine.
All right. So for now, until it changes, it's Wes Craven. But we'll check you guys out next week. Like I said, 2 p.m., 8 p.m. Or sorry, Tuesday at 8 p.m. And please, again, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And while you're here, check out our other content. That's about it, guys. Appreciate you.
Later.